from other entities with the intention, the final intention to help you guys, to help small businesses. So we have the 7(a) Community Advantage Loan, which is a great product. We also have the SBA Working Capital Loan, which I'm going to talk about each and every one of those in a second. We have the SBA Micro Loan and the San Diego Bankers Small Business CDC. When it comes to the Community Advantage Loan, this is a loan again that goes up to $250,000. The loans are guaranteed by the SBA. Again, like Maria was saying, why is an SBA guarantee an important factor? Because we want to minimize the risk, and that gives us the opportunity to be more flexible. We think outside the box. The terms are anywhere from 7 to 10 years, and our rates are usually about prime plus 2.75 to prime plus a 4. So prime right now is at 3.25, if I'm not mistaken. So the interest rate that you're looking at right here is about 6 or 7%, which I think is very competitive compared to the banks out there. The other loan that we have is the Borrego Express Capital Loan. This is a program which we partner with Borrego Springs Bank, and this is a loan that we do up to $50,000. It's clients whose credit is at least 750, so it's kind of like a credit-based type of loan. This is the easiest loans we do because if you have good credit, you could probably qualify for this type of loan. Have to put in as a down payment 10% of whatever project it is, whether it's an equipment purchase or whether it's an expansion or anything like that. And then the rates are very similar to the ones that I was discussing for the 7(a) program, so around 6-7%. The other one that we have is the SBA Micro Loan Program. This is a program that we work with SBA directly. They essentially lend us the money for us to lend out. This is a program in which we can go up to $50,000. It includes working capital, equipment, supplies, expansion projects, and so forth. The interest is around 7 or 8% with a term of 5 years. The loan is fully underwritten. One of the cool things about this program is that you also obtain technical assistance for free. So if you get a loan, if you're a borrower under this program, you will meet with a business counselor for about 12 hours during a span of 6 months, where he or she meets with you and kind of goes over the business, what you're doing in your business plan, your finances, to help you out. You know, this is a free resource that SBA offers the borrowers of this particular program. So again, if anybody is struggling, I've gotten some people that are very good in accounting, but not so good in marketing, and the other way around. It's just a way to grow your business as well. Then we also have another program called Bankers Small Business CDC. This is a for-profit subsidiary of CDC. This is a pool of money that comes from different banks that want to invest in LMI areas, low to moderate income areas in San Diego. So this helps them with their CRA credits, a piece of legislation that was passed a couple of years ago for banks to really invest in those underserved communities. Again, it's a pool of money which we have access to lend out to companies that are located in low to moderate income areas, or employ individuals from LMI areas, or provide services to LMI populations. The interest rate, again, is prime plus 3, again, around 6%, 7%. The terms are 5 to 10 years, and the loan is fully underwritten. Some of the important key aspects when applying to with us or with any other bank, I would say always submit a complete package. You want the loan officer to advocate for your business. You want them to have all the information possible about your business, taxes, resume. If you're a startup, we do require a business plan, and not just a 10-page business plan, but a really in-depth business plan of what you want to do, because we have a committee and they do analyze the business plan and they want to know that your business concept is somewhat realistic to today's market. Also, business financial statements, profit and loss report, balance sheets, and so forth for the last 3 years. Some of the requirements, like Robert was mentioning, the 5 C's of credit. Credit reasonable. We have done some loans to people that have some challenges with their credit as well. In terms of bankruptcies, we do require at least 2 years of history. Cash flow is big. You know, you need to show us that you have money left over at the end of the month or at the end of the year to pay the loan. Collateral, we will, if you have some collateral available, especially real estate, we will take a position on that. For startups, we do require 30 at trends. So right now they're looking at the past 3 years, which is 11, 10, and 9, which are the worst years that we've ever seen. So I think we're in the right place. CDC and Accion and other SBA programs are the way to go right now because banks are done. Any other questions? Thank you.
At this point, Professor Bernie Schroeder. He is the director of the EMC at the Entrepreneurial Management Center. The EMC strives to have that synergistic energy between really academic knowledge and hands-on experience. So Bernie, coming from us from the corporate world as a CMO and a senior VP of marketing and now professor of marketing here at San Diego State, has been a fantastic leader of the EMC, and would like to share a couple of things about how the EMC can be a resource for you.
Wow, I must be somebody. So my background is not too dissimilar to yours, probably in so many different ways. I am a marketing guy. I started at a small company. I knew that I wanted to run a big company, and I helped run a company called with some other people in Silicon Valley, different type of a journey. I've turned companies around between 40 and 150 million here in San Diego. And I decided I wanted to come back to the university and help students start companies. And as I ended up in the Entrepreneur Center, what we do is we help students start companies, but we also have community outreach programs where students can get great experience. In the back corner, where the 2 students are sitting back there today, I put a couple data sheets on 2 programs that might be of interest to you. A couple of years ago, I noticed that we were helping some of the nonprofits with some of our MBA interns working on kind of strategic projects that a lot of the websites for some of the smaller nonprofits suck. And not suck from a look and feel, but suck from a strategic point of view. I mean, to where it was dysfunctional for them to either get volunteers, to attract corporate donations, for whatever the reason might be. So with Qualcomm support, we started a program called Web Compass, and there's a data sheet on the back there. It's a year that we're redoing. It gives a student great experience, but it also makes a difference in the life of a small business or the nonprofit. Thank you.
Okay, we want to take just a few minutes to talk about some of the resources that we have here at San Diego State. So as Brianna said right at the beginning, it's a free seminar, but this is a commercial, if you will. And Bernie talked about some of the things that we do through the Entrepreneurship Center. I want to talk about the Small Business Center. And in the packet that we have some information that talks about a really special program that we have that I want to make sure that everyone's familiar with. So this is not only directed to small business owners and nonprofits, but also to our community partners also in the back, because we find that we can be very successful in terms of working with small businesses that are suggested to us as clients. We started this program in a different way back in the 70s. So this is a program that we've been running for a long time, and we probably work with over 1,000 firms. And a lot of these are your basic small business operations, but we've also worked with some larger, medium-sized and larger firms as well over this period. But basically, what we do is we try to figure out a way that we can put a team of students together to work with you. And the team of students typically will be 4 senior students in the College of Business that are typically hand-selected. So they have to apply to the program. We basically have to approve them to participate. And in addition to the team of students, we have a team of graduate students that work with us as GAs that act as advisors. And we typically also have students who've already taken the class who are peer advisors. And so it's a really interesting team experience. And what they do in the first half, they basically assess the business. In the second half, come up with a set of strategic recommendations down to very implementable things that they do. So you walk away with not only an assessment of the business, but also some things that you can take to the bank from the standpoint of activities that are very easy to implement. Let me ask, first of all, I know I've seen some of you in the audience. How many of you have been involved in this program in the past? Okay, I know I've seen 2 or 3. Diana? Diana was a client actually in the fall. And just since we can kind of keep it tight for time, I wonder if you could just stand up and just say a couple of things about what the team did for you and how that worked.
Well, my name's Diana, and I have a small business in wedding and event planning. So I met with the team last September, and they really evaluated my company and helped me a lot. They narrowed it down to 10 areas where they saw some problems. And of those, I've been working on about 5. And they really helped me increase my revenue because I was not charging enough. They evaluated my company and compared with other event planners. And they told me to raise my pricing, which was scary because my phone stopped ringing for a little bit. But this year it's really picked up and it really paid off. And I applied their suggestions, and it's really helped me increase my revenue on increasing my pricing and then kind of stopping some areas where I was spending money. And another area they recommended was rebranding and renaming my business, which is in process, and it's going to have a much cleaner look. Another area was the website being in Flash and not SEO friendly, so that's also in process. And the last area was office space. They just recommended I have office space because I do have a small company and I work out of my home. So in doing that, it just gave me higher visibility and made me more professional looking rather than working out of the home I have a workspace at. So a lot of the areas they pointed out, I really took a look at, and I changed some things. I'm in the process, and it's really helping me with my revenue and the overall branding. And then in the long run, it'll be more successful because of this consulting group.
We did it a couple times, actually, it was very good both times. The last time they came to ours, we went and reevaluated our website, a lot of different things the way we do it. It really helped because they compared our products to other competition, and they do a general dynamic of what your prices are compared to your competitors. And we implemented quite a number of the suggestions that they did about our website presence and some of this stuff. We got more involved in social media and a lot of other things. This was about 2 years ago, I think it was.
Joylyn Darnell, it's sort of like Goldilocks and the 3 bears, the mama bear, the baby bear, and the papa bear. We have services that really stretch the gamut from the standpoint of needs, and Joylyn will talk about totally different types of services.
How you do this? Ooh, great. One round. How's everyone doing? Save the best for last. I actually have a nice San Diego State pin here, and I thought if anyone can spell Shillenpalia, you have it. You get this. Don's got a great last name. So I'm Joylyn Darnell, and I work in the Office of Corporate and Community Involvement. And our goal is really to help connect the community, companies, entrepreneurs, small business owners, to our students and to the resources that we have in the College of Business. Some of the programs or some of the engaging opportunities that I'm sure you're very familiar with